So I just got done with the Xbox showcase, and for the most part, it was a pretty good showcase. If I was to give a rating to this showcase, it would be a 7 to 8 out of 10 with some minor criticisms, and some genuine missed opportunities. But if you're an Xbox fan, or just take an interest in Xbox games, you most certainly got what you were looking for, a bunch of games and very little time wasted during this showcase. I really do think it was a missed opportunity to not show off a game like the Gears collection, something that people have been asking for the last couple of years now. But somehow they have to explain this, as I don't know why you would update the soundtracks to include the Coalition and an updated Xbox logo, unless you're trying to do something with those original games, so I still have some hope that there may be something going on with a Gears collection. But anyway, with that out of the way, we're also going to cover a bunch of fanboy salt, because oh my god, they are not happy with this Xbox showcase, the poor things. And alongside talking about those fanboys, we'll also talk about the games, as I would like to share some opinions on some of the games that we saw at this showcase, as it might just be interesting to hear what I have to say. But you're gonna get your salt regardless, so let's get started with that, shall we?
I know how it sounds. If I say what I want to say, people are just, not you guys, but a lot of people are gonna think you're coping, it's fanboy. And I'm not trying to make it, I don't know how to not make it sound that way, because it's just that's how people are gonna hear it. But just think about it. I'm just saying, just think about it and just consider it. I'm not saying this will happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility and it's something worth considering. I think I'm just not going to say it, because what I'm about to say is ultimately it's going to just sound like you'll wait. Just wait and see. You know what I mean? Like Sony will show you. It sounds cringe when I put it that way, but like, say it. Say the thing. I'll say the thing. All right, well, let's do a hypothetical scenario here. Let's just do a hypothetical scenario where Sony does have a showcase planned for September. And the reason why they have a showcase planned for September is because they're going to show the PS5 Pro.
And you wonder why people keep calling you a PlayStation fanboy. It's because instead of looking at and criticizing what Xbox did good or bad with this showcase, you immediately go around and saying, oh, I wonder when Sony's gonna do their showcase. I swear, Xbox can't have one slight W without you guys losing your mind. Like, why do you guys get to speak on behalf of average people that just play on PlayStation? Like, why do you report the news of any of these things? Because all you do is just fanboy for these corporations. Like, think about this, right? Xbox has had nothing but a lot of L's recently. They've failed to do many things, people are really pissed off with them. They get one good showcase, or relatively good showcase, and for some reason all these PlayStation fanboys just go insane on Twitter, which both the PlayStation and Xbox community call them out because they can't handle one little thing going in the way of Xbox.
I have 2 super chats I missed, and I'm going to read them in a second. I just want to say this here. Say my name. Let's just say that hypothetically Sony does decide they want to have a showcase in September to show the PS5 Pro.
Why does everything revolve around the PS5 Pro? Don't get me wrong, I do believe there is some, credit to the rumors that there could be another PS5 on the way that will either offer better performance, better specs, whatever. Let's just hope they don't do the Xbox strategy of putting an extra terabyte in the Xbox and then making you charge an extra $100 for it. I think you should be more concerned about what games you're going to get, as the state of play was definitely not good. There was only one game there, that was the one at the end. That one was absolutely an absolute banger. It just had straight gameplay, that's all I really need to see, and that game is something that I would actually want to play, but then again, I don't own a PlayStation. But you should really be asking, what is next when it comes to your already established franchises? Like, I played Ghost recently, I thought the game was good, it had a shit ton of cutscenes, which I didn't really like, but I want to see what's next for that game. What is the second game gonna look like? That's kind of something that I would want to see from a PlayStation showcase. What's next for God of War? Will Naughty Dog release another Last of Us remastered? Can't wait for them to not make another fucking game.
Obviously, if Sony has a PS5 Pro showcase, they're going to show a lot of third-party games. No doubt about that. There's no chance Sony can show anywhere near as many first-party games as what Microsoft showed. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. If Sony, the most you could maybe hope for, I would say, and this is the absolute most, is like 5 to 6 first-party showings at an upcoming PlayStation showcase if they have one. That's not 17.
I think 6 games is completely fine, especially with what games they could be showing like Ghost, God of War, and maybe another Last of Us remaster. Wolverine, and maybe some other projects I honestly forgot about in the moment, but I still think that would be pretty good, especially for the fanbase, since a lot of those people seem to like those games, even though I may not. And more than likely, they will hold a showcase and one of those games that I mentioned will be there. You know what, I'm already sick of talking about MBG, let's move on to some fanboy tweets, shall we? Our first tweet is from Japan Hates Xbox. Since Gears of War E-Day is a prequel, perfect time to bring the franchise to PS5. Start with E-Day, then bring Gears 1, 2, and 3 remastered. No one cares about 4 and 5, absolutely based opinion, they should be retconned to base Japan Hates Xbox. Xbox can keep those Kate Diaz lesbian games. I would be perfectly fine with PlayStation getting access to the Gears collection. I still have some faith that it may be real. I genuinely do believe they should have showed it off. It would have been an absolute slam dunk for everyone to play those games on whatever platform they want. But here's the problem that I have with you, Japan Hates Xbox. You were someone that said that you do not like Western games, and then you proceed to turn around and beg for those games on your platform. Why is that? You're someone that has repeatedly said that you do not like these games, but what is making you look at Gears E-Day and say, yes, I need that on my platform? Maybe all along you really did like a game of good quality, don't get me wrong, this is only an in-game trailer, the Coalition does not have a good track record. But we can all agree, regardless if you're a Gears fan or not, that was a trailer that really looks like they understood Gears at its most crucial points of what it should be. Not what they did with Gears 4 and 5. No one thought those games were genuinely games that could be called Gears of War, but this on the other hand, this is something that I would like to see from the Coalition. I should also mention this, when I was searching for salt for this video, it was insane how many people were talking about the new Gears trailer. Like, so many people seem to be very hyped for what this game could have in store for it, and that's a really good thing. Gears really does need a W since, you know, Gears 4 and 5 really didn't help the player base of Gears at all, let alone the franchise. But anyway, back to making fun of Japan Hate Xbox. Why do you bother to do this? Why can't you keep consistent with the opinions that you've had previously? It shouldn't be that hard for you to look at, hey look, I don't like Western games, I don't want to support them. Then you proceed to turn around and try to say that you want this game and that you would support it on your platform. What's the point in that? Why do you say something, then go back and say something that is completely opposite to something that you've already said? But this is why you don't put yourself in a corner by saying, hey look, I hate all Western games. If you said, hey look, I hate the majority of Western games, you could be like, oh well, I kinda like this game, it kind of interests me. And this is where people like me and other fanboy content creators call you out and laugh at you for doing something so stupid. It really is just funny watching you talk about how much you hate Western media, and then you proceed to turn around and say you like this game. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna blame you for trashing on Western games because most of them are genuinely bad. Most of them focus too much on politics or go incredibly woke. Also, that South of Midnight game that they showed off, I'm definitely not getting that. That has Sweet Baby all over it. There is no way in a million years I'm touching that game or supporting it in any way, shape, or form. Our next tweet is from Japan Hates Xbox. Only Microsoft could spend $100 billion and still end up where they started. What was the point of offering nothing but multi-platform trash? And this is a response to Tipster saying that they're most of the games, and for some reason Gears of War E-Day is also a game that's multi-plat. I don't remember them mentioning that multi-plat at all, but that sounds like cap, because I don't remember them showing off any places where the game can be played on any of those platforms, and I think right now it's only going to be coming to Xbox and PC, but I'm always willing to be proven wrong, so if someone knows, they can either send me a link to the article in question where they mentioned it, or whichever they mentioned it after the show or whatever, I don't know. But saying that multi-platform games are trash, even though you could look at games like Helldivers that are available on multiple platforms, games like Gears of War 5, well that's absolutely garbage, I don't blame him for calling multiplat trash then if he uses that game as an example, but games like Helldivers, Palworld, Baldur's Gate, all these games that are available on other platforms, somehow they're trash because they're not exclusive. And then we can also look at exclusives that either had bad performance, a lot of issues, or didn't sell well. Look at Spider-Man 2, that had a lot of bugs and glitches. Look at Forspoken, nobody liked that game and it had a lot of issues. Look at Redfall, that was a game with a shit ton of issues. You can look at both multi-platform and exclusive games for games that have issues. It's not mutually exclusive to one group. Our next tweet is from Unleashed. Sorry Xbox, but you have to deal with it. I don't get what we're dealing with here. What, is it just one game compared to multiple? Don't get me wrong, that game actually looks like it's going to be really good. And honestly, it's not a movie game and it focuses a lot more on gameplay, so that's an easy W in Sony's fucking pocket right there. I don't get why you're doing this, I don't get what you're trying to achieve with the post. I swear, everyone's been rotted by Twitter. Everyone's got like some form of mental degradation from looking at Twitter. Like, is this some weird schizo CIA Morse code that I will never understand? Are you saying that that one game is comparable to all of them? I don't know what you want from me. I think you're just a glowy, that's what you are. So the next individual that we'll be taking a look at is Dreamcast Guy, because he's proven to us that once more again, he only grifts from subject to subject with very little knowledge on each individual subject, and he's recently just made it so certain people can reply to this tweet. And I thought it was incredibly funny, and I might as well mention it here, that this is the same guy that went in with a 4 out of 10 expectation, but also said in that exact same thread, I think, that he's going in with no expectations on the Xbox showcase, and then he turns around and makes this video. I hope I can maybe make a video out of it. I'll watch it a bit later after this video goes up, and maybe this will be my next video, as you know, he's taking constant L's. And since he likes to grift to make money, I don't blame him, money's cool, I love money, but at least keep consistent. If you want people to at least watch your content while you grift from topic to topic, at least keep consistent with your opinions. Because now you said, oh, Xbox is terrible in all your other videos, then you turn around and act like you're gonna be shocked that this showcase was relatively good. I've heard that you've been pretty bitter in the video, so I wouldn't necessarily know, until I watch it, and then I can point and laugh at you maybe in the next video. So that's a giant skill issue on you, Dreamcast Guy. All that effort of you saying all those things just to get made fun of by people over and over and over again, which is the most amusing shit I will ever see. Our next tweet is from JDub. The Xbox Showcase reveals no exclusives for the Xbox console. Fans outraged, and links to a video via whatever YouTube blah blah blah. It's probably some random guy getting very upset that there were no exclusives. Anyway, this is the only tweet I ever found talking about this, which was pretty funny, which skill issue on him. Cry more. I don't think I ever heard much talk about exclusivity during the showcase or after the showcase. I think the main thing that I genuinely heard a lot was talking about the games like Gears of War. A lot of people seem to be talking a lot about that Gears of War game because it seems to get what everyone wants out of Gears now. And of course, you know, you have the very few select people that actually care about exclusivity. You're on Xbox, you haven't had exclusives for how many years now? I don't know why you're still bitching about it, but that's a you issue, cry about it. If you can't handle that more people get to play a game on another platform, that's a skill issue on your part. You've had PC players doing it for years now. Also, just to call you out, JDub, you're talking a lot of shit for someone that just had a game announced to be going to another platform, and especially from a franchise that is known to be mainly a PlayStation exclusive. I'm looking at you, Horizon Lego. Our final tweet is from JDub. Correction. The showcase was a 5 out of 10, mostly multiplats that will be on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. I still don't get it. Why have they circled Gears? I don't think that's coming to PlayStation. I could be wrong. Like, yeah, it's multi-plat, but I don't think it's coming to PlayStation. I still don't get it. Have I missed something? I've tried to find something about it, and I couldn't find anything. Either I'm as stupid as a rock, wouldn't surprise me, or I've completely missed or glossed over a certain part that they were mentioning about Gears. But I don't understand this, JDub. You say that the showcase was a 5 out of 10, but then circle all the games that you want to either see on PlayStation or you think that is coming to PlayStation over time. I don't get it. You have stuff there that you saw, that you may have liked, but then you proceed to go to your way to edit an image, circle a bunch of games and say, these are coming to PlayStation. I don't get it. Am I missing something? You know what? I'm gonna save the rest of the salt for another video. I guess I'll see you on the next one. If you want to help me reach 2,000 subs so I can start streaming, and that is all. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.